Now we will go through the simulation of the whole project. So this whole project was done in EDA Playground, which is an online simulator. So this is where you do the design part, and this is where you do the TB part. So the design part, I have explained you all the files one by one, and this is design.sv with all these files included, and general definitions, interface, FIFO, general macros, then AXI OCP converter, and all the files are listed out here. So finally, this was your DUT named interconnect. Now this is a design part, and in the test bench part, the test bench is written in OVM. So all these files are specific to the OVM methodology, and which I am not going to explain here. But you can just assume that the TB is driving a lot of transactions back to back in those two interfaces. That is a set of AXI interfaces, and checking whether we are getting the correct transaction back in the response channels. So I'll just go to the TB file, which is testbench.sv. Here I have included all the TB specific files, and in the module testbench, I have instantiated the DUT with name interconnect1, and all these signals are again use the same name that I have used in the interconnect specification. So just dot star would be enough. And finally, you need to drive the signals into these interfaces, into the interface in the TB. So this driving is taken care in the UVM part. When you start your design, you can write a simple test bench to drive transactions directly into these two interfaces one by one. Write few transactions into the interface and see interactively whether these are coming correctly in different modules. Now I will run the simulation. Now you will see the signals in the top level. So these are the interfaces, and you can see a set of one interface either from AXI master 1 or 2. So we will be taking the AXI master 1 interfaces, like a read address interface 1 will up and down, and read data interface up and down, and write address interface we will see it later. So first we'll see the read address interface and see what is again the signals that is coming in the output, the OCP interface up and all, and we'll see it. So you can see that this is a read request, that those are going through the interfaces. Here the 5 read requests are generated with tag 3, 7, 5, 6 and 4 with different addresses, and these are the length that is requested by the AXI client. And you can see that these requests are going through the OCP channel at this point. So again, there are few more signals, that is a few more transactions which are injected into this DUT. Thus you can see few more extra transactions here which are coming through the other write interfaces and the second read interfaces. And finally, in the read data channel, you can see that this is a read data channel signals. We are getting a valid response for all these requests one by one. You can see that the first request was with the tag 3, and again you are getting a read data with tag 3 with it's of length D. So that many transactions are getting, and again the second read return was for tag 7, you can see here, and the third read return was for tag 5, and the fourth was for tag 6, and the fifth was for tag 4. Now we will look at one more write request and responses. So we'll add the signals for, say we'll select the second client here for more clarity. Maybe we'll select the write address interface 2 up and down, write address data interface 2, and write response interface 2. So the SAP interface is again the same, so there is no need to add it again. So if you come down, now this was OCP interface. From this, the signals of the OCP interface start, and these were the write address interface signals. We can see that first the master 2 is inserting a write request with ID B and length E. So you can see that for the master 2 is initiating all the tags which are greater than 7, and master 1 was initiating the tags with value from 0 to 7. So the tags here are B, A, D, 8 and 9, and the length of the writes were like E, 3, A, 3 and 6. So you can see that again in the data channel, the write data channel, you can see this the tag with B is coming, and again up to 15 data are coming, and finally a W last is asserted. And this way all these channels are driven, and in the scoreboard we are checking whether we are getting the correct the transaction that is sent from this master client will be received in the OCP interface. You will see the simulation log. So this was the simulation log. You can see there was a lot of messages printing from the simulation, which all are UAV information, and finally you will see some success messages saying that this is a transaction received from the AXI, and this is a transaction received in the OCP, and they are matching, and it's like that. And you will see there are no errors, and there are many UVM information printed. There is no error, so the simulation was successful.